maybe here. Let's see. Hopefully it's working now. Hello, hello everyone.
It's not working.
No?
I don't see it.
Can you refresh the page?
Yeah.
Sorry again, maybe technical issues. Hey guys. Can you listen to me? Is it working? Okay, pretty cool. Sorry about that again. I thought I covered everything. I just missed to hit the go live button. So I started a bit before, and then Alina, my colleague here, mentioned it was not live. So thank you for waiting. Sorry about the hiccups here and there, also from the previous webinar. I think we are a bit more on time this time, but maybe a minute still late. So hopefully next one we'll nail it. So thank you for being patient. Hope everything looks good, audio and video. So you can leave a comment in the comment section saying how it is. But hopefully everything will work smoothly today. Right, so just be patient. We're doing this for the second time now, so we hope everything will go smoothly, but if something happens along the way, I just ask for your patience and that you bear with me in here on the meantime. All right, so for today, I'm going to talk to you a bit about our website builder, so how to choose a template, how to implement a template, how to create pages, how to organize your menus, how to put images on your site, edit text, and so on. Some of the features we have in the website builder. Also some products that you can attach to the website builder to make your life easier. Also creating some products to sell on the online shop, and so on. And a few tips here and there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And just so if there's people here that don't have an account with us yet, but wants to follow along, we could just check in here. So we have also a free trial that Alina, my colleague, will send a link here in the description for you guys. And definitely you can test it out and see, but for free, because it's a 14-day trial for free. It doesn't require a credit card, so you can just go there and test it out, follow along this tutorial. Maybe not completely because it doesn't have all the premium features in there, but you get the big picture. You see how the website builder works in detail and so on. And if you don't access through the link that she sent, you can also go to One.com, and then you go here to website, and then website builder, and here you can access the 14 days for free, and just put an email, a password, and then check these boxes. I would also recommend checking this last box in here, because here you will receive some tips. I have created an email series to give you some tips on how to better improve your experience with the website builder, how to create pages, and how to get a good domain name, a web hosting, and so on. So I would definitely recommend checking that box if you're going for the trial. If you don't need the trial, if you already have an account with us and you log in to the control panel, this is how this should look for you. So you would be able to see everything from here. And from here you would be able to manage your store completely, right? So if you have multiple domains, that's where you would check and see them. So we're using this domain here specifically for this webinar. First thing I would do if I was starting a business is to create an email account, just so I look more professional with my domain name, right? You don't want to use a Gmail account professionally, or any other at Yahoo or whatever other email out there is, right? So you want to have a professional email. So to get started, you would go here to email, and you go to create an account. And this will also be important because we'll use this email in the contact form on the website, so you can have people reaching out to you, and then you would receive an email with what people is writing on your website to you, right? So you just hit here, create an account, And from here you can see already the domain that we selected, and then let's just call it contact, and then you choose a password. And then create account. Oops, password don't match, so sorry. Go back. Okay, create an account. And there you go. And then you create, validation failed. I'm probably putting the password wrong. Sorry guys. Always when you go live, you have the risk of things not working with you, right? So let's try it again. Wait. And then create an account. Oh my God. Sorry about that, guys. All right. I'll try this later. I'm sorry about this. I'm probably a bit nervous with the webinar and putting the wrong password twice. Let me try again. Let me cool down. Sorry about this. Let's go again. Contact. I just wanted to show you guys how you created it and how you can see the webmail from there as well. So just bear with me. Okay, let me do one more thing. All right, I'll change this domain because this is a new domain I got. Maybe that's the problem. Change the domain, create an account again. And then create an account. What's going on? And then create an account. There you go. Now it worked. I don't know if I was mistyping the password twice or not, but I just created an account here, an email account with this other domain. And then if you go into accounts, you can see all the emails that you have created with that domain name. And then from here, you can just go and access your webmail. So whenever you create a professional email, you just hit here, you would get to this login where you would be able to log into your email account that you have created, all right? Hope you don't run into issues like I did here, but it was probably my mistake typing things wrong, and I apologize for that. All right, so let's move back here to the control panel, and then I'll get back to that webinar domain name. Hopefully it will work now. I'm not going to create an email again because you saw how it did from there. But then I'll get started with the website builder. So just hit here, go to website builder. And then you should get this introduction to the website builder. And from here you will be asked about the name of your business and so on. So for this tutorial, I'm going to create like a mock jewelry store or something similar to that. So the name I created for this was Joy for Jewelry. So I'm sorry about the British people in the line. I know jewelry is spelled differently in the UK. So let's go, and then if you have a logo, you can upload it right here. I did create one, so you can just drag the logo you have right here, and then you would have a logo showing up. So here you have the logo, and then I can hit next. And then you can also add some additional things. So let's say we created that email in here. That would be contact at website builder, and then webinar.one. And then you could put a phone number and then an address. Right? So you can choose any address, and then of course you would put that from your store or from your business and hit continue, because that would be displayed on your footer of your website. So it will be nice to have accurate information in here. I'm just putting because this is a mock website. And then next, and from here you can tell people about your website. So it will show you a few examples of templates that you could use. So let's say we're creating a jewelry, right? So you have here a jewelry store, and then if you hit next, it will give you a few examples of jewelry stores that you could choose from. And here you can also click to preview the templates. So this is not yet created. You're just viewing the template, and if you decide to do it, if you hit done, you will start using this template, right? But let's go back in here. Let's say this is not the template we want to go with, right? So you have these suggestions in here if you type something, but you can always go here and see all templates, and you would have a view of everything that we have. So there's a lot of templates for you to work with. I wouldn't mind so much choosing a template that is different from your niche, because you can always customize it, change all the text, all the images, and make it look good for your type of business, right? So I would just choose one that you like. So let's say you like this one right here. Then you could see, okay, this template looks good, and then let's create something from it, right? So here you can choose the color theme of the template, so you can see that it will change the footer and the buttons and everything. So you can choose one that fits better your brand. Also, if you want to go with customized colors, you could just come here and add it color by color for the main color, secondary color, and so on. So this will keep the colors in your website standard according to your brand. So you don't create a button green, the other one black or blue, something like this. So you have a standard, and everything should look fine on your pages, right? So let's go back here. Let's say we want to choose this one because it kind of matches with our logo color in there. And then let's hit done. And then you will be directed to the website builder dashboard, right? So you have the option to get the show around in here. Just quickly gonna run through this. So you'll have some tips in here that you could read about. We're always working to improve this experience, so these things might look different if you see this webinar a few days or weeks from now, because we're always changing and improving things for you to get a better user experience overall, right? So hopefully it will always work out for the better. So here, if you just hit next, you can see here all that works out. So you can see that you just can click on things and drag. That's exactly what I'm going to show you. So I'm not going to go into details on those tips, but you can go through and read them while you start building your website, right? And then you can always hit save in here before publishing. So if you hit save, it will just save and it will be available for you on the website builder dashboard. It will only be visible to your customers if you hit the publish button right here, right? And I already talked about the color scheme, but you can always access it from here on the bottom. All right, so let me close this one here as well. So this is the template we chose. All right, so that's a good starting point, but let's say it's talking about craftsmanship and all that stuff. So if we're working with a jewelry store, that's not something you want to have, right? So the first thing would be changing the text and also the images in here. So in here, you can double click or right click so you can see what options you have within the elements that you're clicking. So here, text, if you double click, you know you can change the text. Also here, you have this image on the background, right? So let's say we want to have something as a jewelry, something that will be on the top banner. What we call the hero banner on your site is where people land most frequently. So you want to have something nice in there that will talk to your audience in a good way. So maybe put a bestseller product or something like this that you can create a promotion on top of it, right? So if you hit image in here and you hit this X right here, you will remove that one and then you click add image, and then you can either choose an image that you have on your computer, or also there's plenty of images that you can choose here for free at One.com. So let's say you type in jewelry and hit enter. You'll have a lot of options in here to choose from, and you can definitely choose one from here and see which one works best for you. Of course, you would need to take your time and analyze what is better, but I always recommend you to use your own images. So let's say you already have a store, so try to take pictures from your product with a professional photographer or even with a high resolution phone, so you can have those pictures customized to your brand and to your products. That will be the best scenario, right? If you don't, if you have a more general website, let's say you're into services and so on, using stock footage and stock images like this one could be a way, because you don't need to showcase the products. But in this case here, it would be really nice to have pictures that are tailored to your specific products and so on, right? So let's say we choose this image right here and we hit, let's choose this one and then add to page. And then it might take some time because they're loading the image here from Unsplash. And there you go. You have already an image on the background that looks more similar to what we're trying to accomplish here. And let's say, but the text is in the way, right? And also it's kind of hard to read when you see the text and the image on the background. So what you can usually do is you come here to the opacity of the image and you can take it a bit down so the text stands out a bit more. You create that division from the text and the image in there in the background. So it's pretty cool. And then let's say you want to have this a bit further up so it's not in front of the jewelry itself, right? And also this text, let's say we want it here down. All right, so let's say we want to change this text right now. So you just double click on it and then we can just change it by typing something you want. So let's say jewelry, handmade and social responsible. Something like this. You can always create a better copy for your products. This is just so you get an idea of how things could look like. And then let's say handmade jewelry from ethically sourced materials. And then let's say on the hero banner, it's always nice to show a nice image, to put some good copy in there so people want to click on something, right? So you also need a call to action that we call. So that's usually a button or a link, so something that is more visual appealing for people to read and want to click on it, right? So let's say in here we want to put a button in here, and let's say you come here to the side and you can click on button. And then you have different styles of button, right? And you can choose the one that best suits what you're working on. So let's say we want to go with this secondary here. So you just click and drag it to here, and then you have a button. So let's say you want to change the text from the button, double click on it, and you have this part here, text. And you can just come here and write C collection, right? And then people would see, oh, this looks nice, it's handmade, social responsible, let me take a look on the rest of the collection. And then you could link this to a collection page that we can create later with the e-commerce solution that we have, right? So by doing that, you can just come here to add a link, and then you could link to any other page that you have on the website, or you can also link to external URLs or to a file or so on. But for this, we would link to another page where you would have all your collections and stuff related to this product. So I'm not going to do this right now, but that's how you do it, right? So you can see from here, it's super easy. And also here on the button itself, so let's say you want to customize it a little bit more. If you double click again, you can come to style. And then if you hit this icon right here, you would see this part. And from here you could just say, oh, let's say this font works better. Or let's say the corners, maybe I don't want it square, maybe let's put 25 here, it gets a bit more rounded. Maybe it was too much, let's say 15. Looks good, all right. If you're happy with it, just keep it and hit done. And now you have a different style in your button, and also responsible because you should have linked something right here. All right. And then you just keep scrolling to the page and making adjustments like this, right? So here as well, double tap, you can change the text. Also here, let's say, oh, I want the text to be inverted. So you can just click, drag this to one side, this to the other side. Let's say you want something more into these lines. So you can always customize things. And you will see that if you overlap, it will give you this red box in here, showing that you're overlapping an element with another. So that's not good for your viewers. So we usually make sure you do this and it's not overlapping in any way. So you have a better experience for your customers, right? And same thing here, you would change images and so on, all right? So you can do that with the entire page and that would look great if you just customize things and go your way. And let's say you want to add more things in here because it's not so long for a home page, right? You can always click here on this plus section and then you have a section and then you can add more stuff in here. So let's say you want to have something like this, you can just drag it in here and then boom, you have something to work with. And then you can just go again, hit and start editing all the stuff that you have here, change images and so on. So it's as simple as that. You just have to take your time to create something that will look good and that will perform good as well for your business. All right, so that being done, let me show you a bit about creating new pages or excluding pages, because when we chose a theme, it also created a few automatic pages here for us. So if you hit gallery, let's save here first, of course. And then you would see that this was the page that was created for the gallery, right? And it looks okay, but you would have to customize with your own images and so on. But let's say you don't need a gallery because you will create a shop page later on. You could just come here and you hit the three dots and let's say delete page. This way, you would be able to just go there and delete this page, and now the page is no longer here, all right? And if you want to add a new page, you just click here, add a new page, and then you could just come and select one of the templates that they suggested for you. You could do it the hard way as well, which is adding a blank page and dragging all the elements into it, but I usually prefer starting from a template and then customizing it from there to make it better. It's usually easier to make a page look good if you're not a designer, of course. If you're a designer, you probably will want to start from scratch, but for example, I'm not a designer, so I usually tend to just go for a template and improve on top of that template. I think that's easier and saves me time when building a website. All right, so you can also come here and see all the options you have for pages. So let's say you want to create a contact page, right? So you can see here, oh, there's a lot of options. Let's see, this one fits better my brand. So you just hit in here and click add. And then let's say contact us. And then you hit OK. And then you have a new page to work with. And from here you can do everything again and drag and drop and just hit and change things around. So remember the email that we created in the beginning, so that would be used here on the contact form. So if you just double click on the contact form in here, you could see and edit the fields, and I can also change the email where it's going to send it to, right? So you can create an email address like we did in the other account. So I don't know, I ran into problems. I'm not going to go into this again, but if you have created an email, it would show you in here the option to choose that email to send it to, right? So then you could do that and you would be settled. So whenever someone goes into your website, fill in this form and hit send, it would send an email to that email that you selected in here. So then you can reply it from that email and it will look more professional than having a @Gmail account or something like that. So keep that in mind. It will be more professional from your side if you do it this way, right? All right, and then you can customize things around. And also here, let's say you can do things like, let's say you created a page from scratch. You can always come here and add element by element. So you have texts that you can choose from that are already pre-formatted, and you can just click and drag them here to the page and then rearrange them as you go, right? And that would work out well. You would just need to take time to make it look good, but you can definitely do that. Also adding images, like we changed an image, right? But you can also hit here, add images, and you can drag new images from here and then to the website, and that will be just as fine. Also video, which is pretty cool. You can embed a video from YouTube, Vimeo, or even now you can have a self-hosted video. So let's say you have a video about your products, but they're not on YouTube and you don't want them to be on YouTube. So you can just upload them into your website only in here using this field right here, self-hosted, and then you upload the video just to your website. So that's a pretty cool feature, but just showing to you, let's say you have a YouTube video and then you want to just drag it in here. And then you can just select a video, or if you have a link to it, you just click here and you put it in. And then you could embed the video just as easy as that. But let's say you don't. So you can just come here and let's say just any jewelry review, and then if you hit OK, you would be shown with a list of videos that are available on YouTube. And let's say you select this one, and here it is. You have a YouTube video on your channel embedded, and this would help people to stay more on your site and engage more on your pages. And that's always good for Google if they see people are staying on your pages and so on. So that's always positive. And I think you should do that. Of course, if you have the chance to create your own videos and have everything more customized to your brand, that's always better. So if you can, just do that. Otherwise, I think it's nice to embedding other reviews. If you're selling products from another brand that is more known and has reviews online and you want to have them on your site, that's how you do it. All right. And then if you don't want it, just hit delete and you get rid of it. And then buttons we went through, and then sections is the same. We already put a section in. You can choose a bunch of sections here and customize them. You also have containers, and the contact form, we created a page for it, but you can also have some of these blocks in any of the pages that you create. So that could also help you around. And then social, you can have a Instagram gallery, if you have a social media profile, and you can put it in there and have it also on your website, which could be really cool. All right, and then for the widgets, we have a lot of things here that you could put it in. You have a lot of related to social media, to video that we discussed, and then for business you also have PayPal integration. You have MailChimp, which is for email marketing. And if you're selling goods online, that's always good to have an email marketing provider, so you can also target those customers and try to sell more from your existing customers already, right? So if you have their emails, make sure you use them and try to promote other products and things that they might like as well, so you can increase your revenue, right? And then you have all this other stuff, so you can include maps in here. It's super easy. You just throw it in, and then you can change map. You put the location you want, hit OK, and the map should be in here. You can always resize it to how you want it and make it look good into your pages. That's pretty simple. And then we have the online shop. All right, so from here you can see we have a few mock products in here. And for this one, I'm not going to show you in this particular domain, because I have another domain that I have created a shop, and then I can show you a bit more because there are already a few products in there that are already created. So let's say I'll save this one, and then I'll close it in here and go back to the dashboard. And then I'll change this one that I have created an e-commerce store already. And if you hit go to online shop, you will be able to see all the products that you have created and so on. So it's super easy. If you don't have this available, you can hit the upgrade for free. So usually you get to upgrade for free for a while to test it out and see how the product works. But after you do upgrade, that's where you would get into the screen, right? So from here you can see everything that will help you to manage your online shop. And here, for example, you have Shipmondo. This is a tool that it's used to help you with shipping. You can always click here to learn more about it. Currently it's only available for Denmark, Sweden, Norway and Belgium. But that's also, you can check for other alternatives and so on. This is a great tool if you're in these regions. It will help you to improve your shipping management, so you can automate everything. So whenever things are sold on your website, you can create automations. And also Shipmondo has pre-negotiated fees with carriers all over the world, so you can possibly have a better rate with Shipmondo than going straight with a carrier and trying to get something from scratch with them, especially if your volumes are not so high. So this could help you out with this. And it's great because you don't have a fixed amount to pay for Shipmondo. You just pay per order, a small fee that is charged on each transaction. So you don't have a recurring fee that you pay for Shipmondo. You just pay as you use, which is quite cool if you're starting small with not so many sales, and that will definitely help you out in the long run, right? All right, so let's say if you hit here on products and you go to inventory. For this store, I have already created a few products just so you can see how it looks filled up with some products and so on. And here you can also click to add a new product, right? And that's where you would manage your products and add new ones and so on. So I'll just hit here add product so you can see how it works. But here you could create a digital product, a physical product, or a gift card. They will all have different things to fill in as required or not, but I'll just create one as physical so you can have a sense to see how easy it is to create one, right? So if you hit physical, that's the type of information you would need to fill it in. So a name for the product, so title, and then you can select a category. So if you don't have one, you can just hit here new and then add, and then you would have a new category right here, and you could select it. Of course, you could select multiple categories if a product matches. Let's say you create man, women selection, and you put a product that's unisex, you will have more than one category selected in here. And of course, there could be way more examples to do that. So that's how you would add a product to a category. And then here you would be able to manage prices. So you can just put whatever we have here in SEK, because this store was created to promote something in Sweden. And then this label would be on the product. So you have, I can show you on the store. So be ecommerce.one. So if you go to shop, you could have tags like this, on sale or bestseller. So that's how this would look like if you fill in something right here. If you leave it blank, it will be nothing showing up. But if you put something, that will be on the image right there, and you could see something that you want to make it more visible for people and so on. So it could be a new product, or it could be on sale or bestseller, whatever you want to put it in. I don't recommend putting that into all the products, but putting just in a few of them that you want to sell more or to grab more attention from your customers, right? And you can also hit here to put an item on sale. This would put a scratch on the regular price and then show the discounted price, which is quite cool. Let's see, we have this here as an example. So this would look like this, so people could see easily that this product is on sale and also how much they would be saving to buy it right now. And then you could put a good product description. So I would definitely recommend you to take your time and create a nice product description. If you're not a copywriter or so on, try to even hire a freelancer to help you with that. But it's all very important to have a good product descriptions, because those things will help you to sell more and improve your conversion rates on your shop. So be as detailed as you can, just like for the images. Don't make the mistake of creating a product with just one image. Shoot different angles, maybe put people using the products and so on. So it will depend on what you're trying to sell, right? If it is an online course, maybe you don't have many photos to put it in, and that's fine. But then the description should be great, showing what's inside, what can people learn from it, and so on. But if it's a physical product, try to get as many photos as they can, because it's not like going to a physical store where you can touch and see the product. So if you buy things online, it's always nice that you can go there and see more detailed photos, and you get the best feeling of, okay, that is high quality, it's a good product overall. So it's nice to focus on those things. So I highly recommend you to take your time and fill in good description and also a great image library in here to help you out. And then you can leave the product visible, which they would be shown here on your shop page. And also you can have it hidden if you don't want to be shown around, and just promote it occasionally, so you can hide it and make it visible as you go. Here you can manage your inventory, so you can see, let's put 10 items. Well, let's say you have something that you have plenty and you're selling t-shirts, and you have like 10,000 t-shirts on a warehouse, and you don't keep track of inventory really well. You just can hit here to leave it as unlimited, and then you would not need to bother with this in here. But it's nice if you have inventory management to keep it in here so it's accurate. So whenever the level of inventory gets low, you'll get notified, and then you can fulfill and buy more products to be on your inventory. So here it's really nice to fill in also the weight, because of creating shipping rates and stuff like that. So it's also always nice to give as much information to the customers, and if they would receive a small package, a big package, or whatever. SKU, basically for your own control. So it's nice to keep track of all the products that you have, instead of having just a name, because you could have similar names, but you can create SKUs, which are codes that you can use for each code for a specific product, so you can help out managing your inventory. And then of course, you have here keywords and all this stuff to work with SEO to rank better on Google and other search engines. So I highly recommend you to take your time to fill in here what you need to do. And then just put the keywords that are related to your product, and that will help this product to be seen on Google whenever people type in a specific product. Let's say you're selling a wristwatch, and then just go here, write wristwatch, and you should be good to go and have better chances to rank for that keyword. But try to get more specific than just wristwatch, and then go for leather wristwatch made of titanium. I don't know. So you need to go and get more keywords to have more chances of ranking for those ones. And then of course write how it will finish the URL, the link here. So the ending of the URL is usually what defines for this product. So you can choose one that matches and try to make it a bit more clear. So you usually try to put the product name in it and so on, and not a bunch of numbers, letters, and so on, that it's not recognizable. And then for meta description is how your product will show up in the search results. So just make sure you also create a nice description in here for meta. and then it will also go from 0 to 160 characters. So make sure you're concise and write a good copy in here to have better chances, right? So that was how to create a product. So you do that and you save the product in here, and that will be available here for you on inventory. Since I don't have any images, but if you click one that is ready, just so you can see how that looks like. So you have here a product image and then a short product description. Of course, it is a mock one, so I didn't took too much time, and of course you would have more photos in here to choose from and so on. But that's how it would look. And then if you go to categories in here, that's how you can categorize stuff on your store, so people can look for it and see into more details if they're looking for a specific product and not just scrolling through all the products that you have. So you can just add a new category, and let's say necklace. And if you hit save category, it has been saved. And if you go to categories now, you have a necklace right here, but 0 products. What you can do is just assign products to it. So if you had necklaces in here, which I don't, you could just select it in here and then add it, and it would be available in that category. All right. So you can see from here, if you make a mistake, just come here and remove them. And that's how you manage categories for your shop. And then for orders, here you can keep track of your orders. So let me not save this one. And then here you would be able to see all the orders from your shop. If there are too many in here, you can always archive them. So you can select the older ones. Oops, sorry. You can select the older ones, and then you can come here and archive. So you keep a bit more clear, because you can see here, you can see the status of the order as well. So if they were paid and shipped, you probably don't want them to be laying around there. If you can archive them, they will be always available for you right here. All right. And from here you can see, and you can click and open each order. You'll see what they bought, the price, and you can see information about who bought it and so on, and everything that happened in between. So if it was sent an email to them or not, and you can see all the details here. You can also generate an invoice and so on. And that's how you can see the orders. And then also gift cards. I don't have anyone here. So if you create a gift card, it would be available here for you. Also for coupons, if you want to create a coupon code with a discount for people, that's where you would put, and then you can add a coupon code, let's say spring sale. And then let's say spring 50, because you want to make it 50% off. And that's how you would do it. And then you can choose specific products to apply for it, or you can just go the entire order and so on. And you can limit also the usage of this guy and so on. So you can play around with the settings, and then you can save a coupon. And then when you go here, you would see, oh, you have this coupon, they are active. You can see how many people have used it and so on. So it's a pretty cool feature for you to try to boost your sales. If you go to analytics in here, you'll be able to see how your store is performing and so on. So you can see the amount of visitors you have, how much you have sold, the conversion rate of your shop, how many orders you got, and so on, right? So it's always nice to get some analytics so you can keep monitoring your store and see what better works for your business and so on, and try to improve on top of that. And then you have marketing, so you can create marketing campaigns and stuff with Google. So you can just go through this flow here, select the products you want to promote and so on, and that will help you to get more customers into your shop. And then last but not least, here you have the apps, which are great tools for you to automate things and make your life easier, right? So Dinero and Visma Economic in here, they are accounting softwares. You can check it out and click here to learn more about those. They're not available for all the regions, but our team is working to get more and more of those apps because they're really helpful. And let's say you need an accounting software, right? So if you don't have any integration, you would have to go there in your order tab in here and copy each order, their price, and throw them into an accounting software so you can send that to your accountant to pay taxes and do all that boring stuff that business have to go through. So with this integrations in here, all your orders are exported automatically to the softwares where you can have an overview of everything and you can calculate taxes that you need to pay and so on. This will make your life much easier. So if you can use them, I highly recommend you do that, and that's how you find them. Just go to apps in here inside the shop dashboard and you'll be able to connect them to your store and have all your orders automatically migrated to the software so you can have a better flow and save a lot of time with that. All right. And then here, if you click on shop front, you would be able to go back to the website builder if you want to customize the looks of things and so on, right? But let's go through the settings in here because there's some stuff just so you have a better view of what you can do from here. So here you could fill in shop information like we did in the beginning of that tour from the website builder. You can always come here to, like let's say you changed address or something like this, you could come here, change the email, change the street address and so on, the country that you're in, and then you can change time zone, language, and all that stuff from here, right? And then you have payment options, so that's something you must do. So you can get paid, right? So you can connect Stripe, which accept most of the credit cards. You can connect a lot of stuff in here that will help you to sell everything automated. So you have credit cards, Ideal, GiroPay, a bank contact, and so forth. If I'm not mistaken, also Klarna is being added to this, which is really cool, and it will help a lot of people out there. So you can always connect PayPal as well, and also manual payments. I wouldn't recommend going through manual payments because each sale that you provide, you would have to keep checking if it was paid or not before you ship that item. So the most you can do to automate things will make your life easier. So I would definitely focus on Stripe or PayPal and go with those guys because you can connect them and automate things with those partners, right? So people would pay and would be already paid from the beginning, wouldn't have to check your bank statements to see if an order was paid or not. Just don't bother with that. Connect to those guys. They will charge you a transaction fee, but it's definitely worth to having that because it simply automate things, right? And you don't lose time with those tiny things, and you can keep focusing on creating new products, improving the conversion rates and so on, right? So that's pretty much it. And then checkout, you can also come here and you can create tails and terms conditions. There is a generate terms in here, which you can use as a framework, but I'm not giving legal advices in here for you. There is even a disclaimer here talking about this. I'm not giving legal advices on what you should do for those terms. You should do your own due diligence and see what you need. So maybe get a lawyer to draft this for you. But it's very important to have that if you want to be perceived as a professional business that is selling a lot. And also have a privacy policy. You just can enable those guys, put them here, and if you save the settings, they would show on your flow and on your website, right? And then you could also put in here that if you want to have a phone requested at the checkout from your customers, let's say you want to send SMS to them or someone, you can enable this. I don't recommend. The less steps you make them to purchase is better for conversions. And then you can also collect additional information from customers. And then I'm not going to save this one. And then for shipping and VAT, you can select here. So if you are in the countries that Shipmondo is a partner, I recommend going those guys. Just optimize it for there. But you can always have the option of putting your own shipping option. So let's say you negotiated with a carrier a price and you use just that carrier. You can come here and put this option in here, and you would be able to add them and calculate pricing or create a flat rate for that. or even provide free shipping, and then you put that into the pricing of your product, right? Because it's always nice to see free shipping on stuff. You don't want to pay for shipping. So if you can put that inside the product's price, I think that's probably a good idea. And then you can choose local pickup if you have a physical store and people just can go there and pick it up. And maybe you make it cheaper for them in those cases. I don't know. You'll have to come across and try to draft your own strategy for that. And then you can also click here to calculate VAT and put that into the pricing as well. And here you can also say, let's say you're just starting the store, you don't want the sales to start showing your customers it's the first sale. You can change this and make it, let's say you have a physical business already, you sold like 500 units, so this would be starting from 501, and then you can keep managing from here. People would say, oh, this is the order sale number 501 instead of 1. So that's also good, so they see it's perceived as you're selling more stuff. And here you can always check if you want to get notified whenever you're running low on stock, like I showed you before, and that's here where you select that. And let me not save this, and then you can create related products, so it show you exactly more options that people might like and stuff like this. And that might help you also with conversions. Not saving this, and then here is invoices, and you also have a few things that you can check to include or not on the invoice and how people would receive that. And you can definitely add in some payment details if you're making it manual payment methods, but I don't recommend that. And then also some legal terms in case you need it, right? So that's pretty much it about the shop. I hope this was helpful, guys. If you have any questions, you can reach out, even leaving a comment here on the chat. We can definitely come back to you and answer those questions. But we also have a support team at One.com, and you can reach out to the support team asking your questions, and we'll be very happy to help you guys out. And I think that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I hope this was helpful and helped you guys in any way. And if you want to see more content around a specific topic, something that you found it was a bit difficult to work in the website builder, just hit us on YouTube, leave a comment there saying, hey, I would like to see a video on that specific topic, and then our team will work on it to create that video for you guys. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy and have a great weekend, and I see you guys on the next webinar that will be on WordPress. So it's a different tool. So if you're analyzing, should I build a website with the website builder, that you now know a little bit more how it works and how it looks on the back end and how easy it is. You don't need any coding skills or whatsoever. You just go here, drag and drop. You saw it's super easy to set it up. And I think it's a great tool. But you also have WordPress, which has way more functionality. It could be a bit harder to learn because it has so much functionality. But if you need more flexibility in that sense, you can definitely go there and see the webinar on WordPress, and if it will help you or not to go with WordPress. So it will definitely depend from business to business and on your skills of how tech savvy you are, if you want to get into coding, if you want to have more flexibility, more plugins and more stuff to put on your website, right? But I think for the majority of people, this would give you a great website and also no headaches, because you don't have to keep updating plugins and stuff. One.com does everything for you, where in WordPress you have to keep managing and going back and updating all the plugins and so on. So that takes time, and it's kind of annoying if you have to update multiple sites. So I would definitely watch also the webinar so you can analyze and see what's best for you. But I think this is a great tool, and I hope you guys are happy with it. That's pretty much it, guys. So have a good weekend, and I see you on the next webinar. It will be with Lisa, our WordPress manager. but I'll be around helping her coordinate the webinar. Hopefully we'll get everything right the next time and not waste you any time on the next one. So have a good one.